Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So glad you're here. My name is Karen Campbell, and I am the coordinator for the Supporting Choices Initiative. Supporting Choices is a team of people who have collaborated on various projects, writing manuals and workbooks and holding workshops about legal rights and decisional supports in an effort to inform people with disabilities and their families about their options that they have that fit their particular needs, and to allow a person with a disability to be as independent and in control of their lives as much as possible. Today, we're bringing the information that we've put together to you. And while the cast of players for our Supporting Choices team have changed over the years, we've been doing this since 2008, actually, developing these materials. Let me introduce you to today's program faculty, and wave your hand or stand up when I call your name. Anna Jordan, Daniel Jordan, Amanda Lewis, Tara Orlowski. I'm sure I didn't say that right, Tara. I'm sorry. I did. Sandy Milton and Amelia Milton. Now, behind the scenes, we could not put this workshop together without those folks too. And some of them may not be in the room, but if you're in the room, wave your hand. If you're not in the room, you met them when you came in. Mary Callahan's at the front desk. Janice Chance is probably at the front desk. Vicki Simmons in the back of the room. Eddie Yan right here. And that's our technical team. So if you have any questions, any of those people who raise their hands, stop us, ask us. We want to make you as comfortable as possible today. I want to tell you another logistical item. There in the back of the room where Vicki's standing is our resource table. So you have resources at your place setting, but also there are additional handouts in the back. So at the break, stop by that table and help yourself to those resources. Now this workshop, did everybody do their pretest? Great. Okay, I think Vicki, somebody will come around and pick that up, or they're gonna turn it in at the break.
They picked it up.
They did already. Look at them ahead of me. Janice did. All right. Yay. On the ball. If you still have yours, just let us know. Raise your hand and we'll pick it up. Okay. Vicki, you see those? She's coming. Thank you. As the direction said, no right or wrong answer. And of course, it kind of gives you a preview of the topics that we are going to cover today. Today would not be possible. These resources would not be possible without the financial support of the Florida Developmental Disabilities Council. And for those of you who attended the workshop yesterday and remember the resource activity, one of the resources that we looked at in that exercise was FDDC.org. We looked at the employment tab, but if you didn't know about that resource, when you have time, just scroll through. They've got employment, housing, all sorts of resources on that website. Those materials are free of charge. Many of them they will send to you in bulk, free of charge. So you just have to contact the council. The resources that we will cover today will also be either available on that website or a link from that website to ours. So the Florida Developmental Disabilities Council is the lead sponsor for this workshop and these resources. But also, we have a match sponsor, Guardian Trust. And Guardian Trust specializes in financial solutions for people and families, for people with disabilities and their families, to protect their governmental benefits and also provide financial solutions to meet their needs. Their contact information and brochure is also on the resource table. So I think what I want to do right now, let's talk about what we plan to do today. We want to talk about transition planning and discuss legal rights. And we're not discussing all legal rights. We would be here all day. But what we've decided to do is we looked at Florida guardianship law. And in the law, there is a list of the legal rights that all of us have, that a court can take away in a guardianship proceeding. And those are the legal rights we're going to focus on. When we're referring to legal rights in these resources and these materials, we're talking about the rights that come from that list. Let me share with you a couple of examples of rights that wouldn't be on that list that you're familiar that we have. Freedom of speech. We know that we have freedom of speech. We're not talking about that right today. It can't be removed by a court. So it's not those general rights. We're talking about a list of specific rights that can be considered by a guardianship court. We're going to talk about the different legal statuses when you're exercising those rights: guardianship, guardian advocacy, delegating the rights through an instrument like power of attorney. Now, we're actually not going to do a lot of teaching about the particulars of those rights. Really, today is about number 4, introducing you to the resources where you can find the information. The materials that are right in front of you are the Lighting the Way manual, the Developing Abilities manual. What we will be doing today is kind of walking you through those materials and other resources so you'll know where to find the information. Okay? And the way we're doing that today is through this agenda. And you have a printed agenda, but we're going to talk about self-advocacy, and you'll see that in action when you get to hear and meet Daniel. And then there's a panel discussion. We're going to review the materials, have a breakout session to let you talk about them a little bit. And then we have a transitions teacher who's going to share her perspective and then talk to you about an online resource we developed. Before we start with Daniel, I wanted to show you our website. And Eddie left the room. So I'll show it to you later because I don't want to mess this up. Let me introduce Daniel Jordan. And Daniel, you want to come to the mic? So Daniel's been a part of our team, I guess, for the last 2 or 3 years. And Daniel was instrumental in helping us develop the materials and the Developing Abilities materials. He was a part of the focus group that tested those materials. He's given us feedback and input. And I'm not going to steal his thunder, because he does a lot more than that. But he has been a valuable member of our team, and help me welcome Daniel Jordan as our first presenter.